Someone else that is now enjoying life is Billy Bob. But at one time, Billy Bob was on his way of going blind due to a detached retina. But that quickly changed thanks to Dr. Philip Matthews.
I was standing up talking on the phone, and I had a cup of coffee in my hand, and I went to set the coffee down on my breakfast table, and it would look like the Grand Canyon in between it. And my first reaction was as I was having a stroke. So my wife drove me to Harris Southwest. They looked at it, and they determined that there wasn't anything they could do, and they're the ones that sent me to Dr. Matthews. I called Dr. Matthews to tell him that I would be in his office at 8 o'clock the next morning, because this was on a weekend. So he met me down there, determined that I had a retina detachment. I was really surprised when he said, meet me in the office on an icy day. I mean, he lived in Arlington somewhere, and that's a long drive on ice.
Mr. Wilson, a very nice gentleman who back about 15 plus years ago, during one of our rare winter storms, he presented on exam with an acute retinal detachment which needed surgery. And we took him to the operating room in a timely manner, and we repaired it by a combination approach of a scleral buckle and a vitrectomy procedure, which are common procedures today for the repair of a detached retina.
A few months later, I was sitting in a cafe, and all of a sudden I jerked, and they said, "What's wrong with you?" And I said, "Well, I just had a flash in my eye." And then I got to looking, and I could see somebody from their waist up, but I couldn't see their legs.
Unfortunately, he had the same scenario happen to his other eye. He knew what he had, and he called me immediately, and I saw him again in a timely manner, and then we went to surgery and repaired his vision successfully in the other eye. He subsequently developed another detachment in one of the eyes, and we've had to take him to surgery again. He's able to do all his daily functions, and he's been able to move on with life, not having to think about what he went through at the time he had those detached retinas.
I've never called that number for him, day, night, weekend, whatever, that he hasn't answered the phone. Dr. Matthews has been there for me anytime I needed him. He fixed it where I could see again, and that's a very important thing to me. I can drive, I can get out and do whatever I want to do, so I'm still functional.